Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be trying this latest product that Mecca launched, and this is their Banana Beauty Haul. Ever since Kim Kardashian and contouring took over the internet, every single makeup brand has been coming out with their own version of banana powder, and I have loved the Benai banana powder. I use this to set all over my face and lightly bake underneath my eyes. So I thought I would compare this powder with this banana powder from Mecca. This beauty haul right here, or I should say a kit, retails for $55 New Zealand, and you can purchase this from Mecca stores or meccabeauty.co.nz or .com.au. When we open this bag, it consists of a dual-ended brush. So you have this sort of like tapered brush right here and a flat brush, and this is from the Mecca line, and it doesn't have a name to it. It just says bake and set. With a hole, you get a banana bake blurring setting spray. Now this product is pretty interesting. For me, when I was reading off the description, I immediately thought it's just another setting spray, but supposedly this is formulated with this powder. So it says that it has a fine mist that sets makeup with a soft focused finish for a long-lasting selfie smooth look. So I guess it will melt down all the powder that you use underneath the eye, so that's pretty cool. And I feel like this is a travel size, so this is perfect for traveling. And then the last product in here is a full size of their banana bake powder. Now this comes in translucent, and I believe they have the pressed powder version. I quite like the idea of them putting it in this sort of like resealable bag, which I thought is pretty much different. Like, you rarely ever see a makeup brand that has this kind of packaging. So at the back it tells you information on how to use these products in order. So first you have to conceal. Obviously it has to be a concealer of your choice, but in my case, since I have the Mecca concealer and foundation, I might as well put that as my base, and then we'll move on to trying this powder. This powder doesn't really have much to tell you. It's just a setting powder. So I feel like this is going to be a very finely milled powder. So it comes in a traditional loose powder container. You have the plastic sticker that protects the powder, and oh my god, splattered everywhere. Well, it feels so smooth. It's very finely milled, and it did brighten my skin a little bit, so I'm quite excited to try that. First impression though, packaging is a little bit messy, as you can see. Like, I was just trying to peel off the plastic, but because this powder is very finely milled, it kind of just went and exploded place. So that's what the powder looks like right there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's not totally yellow. It's sort of like a light powder. So I'm going to compare the Benai banana shade in the Mecca powder. So here you have the Benai banana powder. As you can see, it has a little bit of beigey undertone, whereas this one right here from Mecca, it's yellow, but it has that pale undertone to it. So here are the powders side by side. What I'm going to do is to quickly apply my foundation and concealer, and then we're going to start and bake. So first I'm going to smooth out the areas where it's creasing, and then I'm gonna go and start with the Mecca powder on this side of my eye. So on the packet, the girl that is modeling the powder was using this flat side of the brush to pack on the baking powder, so that's what I'm going to do. And it instantly mattifies my face. Since the powder is very finely milled, I can't help but inhale the excess, and it does not taste very good at all. So I think that's enough powder. Hopefully it doesn't leave any residue at all. So on this side of my face, I am going to use the banana powder. And I'm just gonna use my regular powder for that side so we don't mix the product. Since I use a different brush, I feel like this brush is doing a lot better in terms of packing on the powder as opposed to this brush right here, because this one is a little bit stiff, and also the powder, it doesn't really grip onto the brush, whereas this one hugs my face and it instantly deposits the product, whereas this I kind of have to pat, and then if I want to be precise, especially the jawline area, I can't be really precise with this one. Even though the edge of the brush is very promising, I feel like this would be great if you want to clean up your contour, because the edge will allow you to push the product in on that precise area, whereas if you try packing on the product using the side, it's not very helpful. So this brush, interestingly enough, has got the same shape as my e.l.f. blush brush. In the instructions, the girl actually uses this end right here to dust off the bake, so that's what I'm going to do. While we're waiting for these two to settle in, I find that the Ben Nye banana powder, which is this one right here, feels a lot smoother and it doesn't have that flowery consistency, and it melts into the skin like butter. Whereas the Mecca Max powder, it does have a very smooth consistency. It looks amazing on the skin, and it melts into the skin as well. But the only problem that I have with this is that it kind of has that somewhat gritty feeling once you get them on your hands. Mind you, upon opening the powder, it exploded all over my hands, so I still have the residue, and I could definitely feel that there's powder in there. But against on my face, it actually doesn't feel that bad. You know what I find really strange? It has like a weird sheen on this part of my face. I'm not sure if the camera can capture it. So as my forehead area. It's supposed to be mattifying, isn't it? So onto the side. So the Ben Nye banana powder looks a lot smoother. It doesn't leave any sheen or anything, and it's definitely mattifying. Whereas this one right here, if you can see me tilting my eyes on this side, it has that residue over there, which will give you an intense white cast when you have a flash photo. Oh my god. And I'm trying to blend it out and it won't go away. So here is my face after dusting off the powder. Interestingly enough, if I tilt my head this way, and this is where I applied the Mecca Max banana powder, if you can see right there, you can see the shadow that is happening right there, and that's my dark circles. Mind you, I applied quite a lot of concealer, and the powder didn't seem to brighten my eyes at all, considering it's marketed as banana powder, and it has a little bit of white cast to it. Whereas if I tilt my face on this side right here, this is from the banana powder from Ben Nye. It doesn't have any white cast. My skin looks very smooth on this side right here, and everything blended nicely. If I move in up close, can you guys see my dark circle over there? So what I'm going to do is to actually put this powder to the test and do a flash photography. That way we can judge by the looks of it. So here is the photo with flash. There's no white cast at all, and I've zoomed in so you guys can see, and both of the powders are looking great. But then again, on this side right here, you can kind of tell that I have a dark shadow, and that's from the Mecca Max powder. But all in all, I'm actually quite surprised because I was thinking that there's going to be an intense amount of white cast, but it proved me wrong. So what I'm going to do is actually finish off the rest of my makeup, and then we'll come back and take another flash photo to see how everything looks. I've just finished my makeup and I took a photo of my face with flash photography without any spotlight lighting, and this is what my makeup looks like. Everything looks pretty much flawless. So I'm going to try the setting spray on both of my face, and then I am going to try and see if both of the powders will last within a couple of hours. So the time right now is 4:23 p.m. I know it's a little bit late, so I'm just gonna quickly spray this banana setting spray and then we'll move on from there. Oh, the mist is pretty good in this one. It has a nice fresh scent. I would definitely compare it to a cucumber scent with a little bit of floral. My dark circles is still prominent on this side right here with the Mecca side. So I will check back with you guys at the end of the night. Hi beautiful, I'm back and the time right now is 10:18 p.m. and I've worn this powder for about 5 hours and a little bit, and I am so greasy. So both sides are actually doing the same, and surprisingly enough my under eye area is still pretty matte except for this side right here, which is the Mecca Max side. I could tell that it is very dark. So what I'm going to do is actually use the excess from before and blot. That's actually looking a lot better. I've noticed that there's a lot more creasing in my benign side than the Mecca Max side, which I guess is the pro on the Mecca Max side. But in general, both are pretty much the same. Now, I sprayed my face with this blurring setting spray from the Banana Bake line, and it says that it helps prolong the powder, and I definitely can agree to that. That setting spray actually helped everything to stay put together. Nothing really broke apart anywhere, and my coverage is still intact, even in my chin area, which is the most problematic area that I have. So that's actually pretty good. So out of the three, I feel like I really recommend this setting spray because it does actually help your makeup last longer, and it does smooth the canvas, especially if you overpowdered, which tends to be the case if you have oily skin. So it just brings the powder to melt onto your skin, and it makes it last a little bit longer and not break apart. The other favorite would have to be the dual-ended brush, which I reckon is great for contouring. So the flat edge is not very applicable when you're trying to pack on the powder because it blows the powder all over the face, and then you accidentally inhale most of the powder, which is not good because the powder is very finely milled that, you know, it goes straight up to your nose. And my least favorite, sadly, is the banana powder. I mean, I love the concept and all, but the way it sets on my under eye, and I would definitely wear this powder if I want to set my entire face with it, but baking under my eyes, it actually left a dark circle mark, especially on this area, which is my most problematic area. Like if you compare from this side to this side, you could see a little bit of shadow under there as I tilt my head, whereas this one is smooth and even. And also the packaging is very messy. Like as you saw me opening this beforehand, the powder exploded on my hand. If you want to try the whole, I feel like the product is actually worth $55. This alone is $26, which is already half the price of this kit, and this one I believe is around $20 to $25. The dual-ended brush is around $30. If you're into baking and all that, you can try this one, but unfortunately for me, it didn't really work as I would hope it will. But definitely the other two products are a keeper. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye.